This episode of the Horror Basement is brought to you by the Horror Amino app. Come join us in a large community dedicated to horror fans across the world. Available in iTunes and Google Play.
Hi, I'm Bill Mosley, and you're in the Horror Basement with Jim Jam and Johnny Leroy. Lick my plate, you dog dick.
The Horror Basement, the Tennessee Horror News Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Johnny Leroy. And as always, we got Jim Jam here with us.
Jim Jam here, what's up?
Don't forget, guys, we're on
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat,
SoundCloud, Google Play, Apple, iTunes, whatever the fuck that is.
Fuck Apple.
No.
Joking.
No. And Horror Amino, Blueberry. I still don't know if anybody knows what Blueberry is. If you know what Blueberry is, hit us up, shout out on the Blueberry stuff, yo. But, yeah, so we're all over. And, of course, Patreon. But, with all that being said, we have a guest today that is the director of Peelers. The award-winning film Peelers.
Yes.
Apparently has won a few awards. Quite a few, actually. Been nominated for quite a few in the independent horror, I guess, festivals.
Yeah.
Going around the United States.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago we interviewed Ren Walker, the main actress from that movie.
Blue Jean. But we're going to be interviewing, and excuse me if I destroy this, we will ask him when we talk to him, Seve Schelenz. So away we go. Alright, guys, so on today's podcast we have the director from the award-winning film Peelers, Seve Schelenz. Seve, we appreciate you being here with us, man.
Oh man, I'm happy to be here. Pretty stoked about it.
So this film, Peelers, I guess from what Ren was telling us, it was 5 years ago that it was directed, correctly, or about that?
Yeah, it would be just over 4 years back now. Yeah.
All right, 4 years. All right, cool. It's getting some good reviews with it's once a few awards, so that's really good.
Yeah, we really lucked in. We've hit a lot of festivals, and once it's always hard to get into the first one, but once you do, that domino effect happened, and everyone was really digging it. And then when October came, all the horror festivals come out, so everyone really grabbed onto the film. And yeah, it's been nominated for a lot of stuff. I think we had this really a weird award. I think Ren won for like best badass or something like this. I think, which was actually pretty funny. But yeah, it's done really well. People seem to be digging it.
Hell yeah! And now it's available. What is it? Video on demand.
Yeah, that's it. But I think July 4th it goes out on, was it Blu-ray and DVD?
Yeah, so been on VOD in the U.S. since end of March, right. And then DVD and Blu-ray on Independent Film Day, July 4th. And the Blu-rays and DVDs, they're awesome. We have so many extras on there. We've got deleted scenes, behind the scenes, a gag reel. We've got not just one, but two commentary tracks. One track has me and the writer. The other one has Ren, myself, and Kaz, who plays Remy in the film. So lots and lots of stuff on there.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, because the behind the scenes on that film, I'd like to see some of that, on how you guys did a lot of that stuff. Because some of that shit was brutal.
Yeah, you can thank the special effects guys for that. That was Kier and Deb. They really they brought like their best stuff to the set, and lots of blood and lots of blacky, oily type stuff too.
Yeah,
that's what. Well, she mentioned that you guys were going to try to get it on Netflix as possibly. Is that still in the works, or?
Well, that's all up to the distributor. There's a game plan. Obviously, you want to hit
Yeah.
VOD first, then you hit the DVD. But because Netflix, and I can't remember what it's called, there's subscription VOD, and then there's something else VOD. But basically,
Yeah.
Netflix would be like the next phase. So I'm still waiting to hear if we're going to be on there or not. Hopefully soon.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Hopefully soon.
I was going to ask, didn't you help write this?
Lisa DeVita is the screenwriter of the film. It's
Okay.
really all from her brain. I came up with a slight concept, which she took, and then she ran with it. I also helped with the story, so she would write, give it back to me, and I would sort of do some of the story editing on it. But it really was Lisa DeVita. It's in her sort of demented mind.
Okay.
It is pretty demented. I mean,
Yeah, it's funny because did you guys ever see our first film? It was called Skew.
no, unfortunately, no. I haven't seen that film.
Okay, so that one, it was done. It's a found footage film, and it was done at the time where people were just starting to do more found footage films after the whole Blair Witch thing. And anyways, it did really well in the festivals as well. And then my sales agent met with me and said, "What's next?" And I'm like, "Well, I have more of a comedy background." I said, "I'm thinking about doing comedy." And he's like, "No, you have to do another horror." And I'm like, "Okay, well, sure, we'll go with that. But what sells?" And he said, "Well, you need more." The Skew was a psychological horror. There wasn't really a lot of blood. He goes, "You need more blood and you need more boobs." And I said, "Look, I have no problem with both, but when it comes to the boobs, it's got to have a place. There's got to be a reason for it. You can't just have people run around the streets with their boobs hanging out. I mean, could be cool, but it doesn't really work in this situation." So I came up with the strip club, and then I came up to Lisa DeVita, again the screenwriter, and I said, "Hey, listen, I've got this idea. I want to do a stripper horror film." And her eyes lit up, and she told me she told me a story. She was in Las Vegas. She's living in Las Vegas at the time, and she went to a strip club, and a fight broke out, and there was actual beer bottles flying. There was fists flying, and so someone pulled her underneath the table. She actually whacked her head on the table as she got pulled underneath. Yeah, and what happens is she stuck her head back up, and all the strippers are gone. Of course, they took them away for their own protection. And in her mind, she thought, what if the strippers all came back with like baseball bat and chainsaw and just guns and just kicked everybody's ass? And that was kind of like where the idea came from.
Oh, wow.
That's a good story, though.
Yeah.
To come up with a way. But I guess that's how a writer mind works. Like, they get into a situation and it's just like, oh, shit, this could be a story.
Absolutely. I mean, even myself, I wrote Skew, the first film, and as a writer, you just have to, when something happens, you have to have a notepad on you and just jot things down, because otherwise you go, yeah, I'll have to remember that for later. If you don't write it down, you forget later. So I think a writer is always thinking and always jotting stuff down for sure.
I want to ask about whose idea was it for the pissing scene?
The golden shower.
There you go.
Yeah, we should dub that the golden shower.
Yeah, the golden shower, for sure.
That would be Lisa's idea. Yeah.
When that shit happened, I text Jim Jam immediately and said, I just got to the part where she's pissing on stage, dude. This is crazy.
It is crazy, and it only gets crazier as the film goes on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially Blue Jean's secret thing.
Yeah, ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to ruin that.
Her secret pitch that she has, right?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that one. There's also another stripper who is a bit more acrobatic, and she goes by the name of Thunder something, which I won't reveal what it is, and she has her own little act, too.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't know what a peeler was. When I asked Ren,
Peelers?
I was like, yeah, peelers. I was like, what's the character's name? I was like, are they called peelers? Like, the bad guys, I guess the zombies, the infected, whatever you want to call them. And she's like, no, that's another term for strippers. So I was like, guess I don't get out to the strip club enough.
Yeah, that is. That's just, you can say peelers, grinders, strippers. I mean, there's all different names, but yeah, peelers is definitely another name for a stripper. It's funny, a lot of people question that because they think the film is about maybe, skin getting peeled off, which, I mean, doesn't work against us at all because people will go into it, but then they're like, wait a second, no skin really got peeled off. So, no, it means strippers for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, damn, I guess I haven't been living under a rock. It's just, I guess I just don't hang out at strip clubs.
No, I think a lot of people have the same idea that you have. They never heard the name before, so
I'm glad
there you go.
I don't feel as bad.
Well,
No.
do you have a name for the infected zombies? Is there a name for that? Whatever.
Well, it's funny. A lot of people ask about that, and they say, "Well, are they zombies? Are they not?" And it's funny that, especially huge horror lovers, they get into big debates whether someone's a zombie or not because it has to follow certain rules. I believe you can break the rules as long as you know them. I never thought of them as zombies. The screenwriter never thought of them as zombies. I always thought of them as being infected.
Yeah.
I guess 28 Days Later, but more so the Crazies. Have you seen the Crazies?
Yeah.
Yes,
Where the town, they all go kind of nuts. That's what I thought,
Well, yeah, I guess along the same principle because
the
water got infected with,
same idea, I think,
But no, but y'all didn't have a backstage name besides the miners.
Well, it's funny on the script because we had to describe them. So they, like, for example, one of the characters' name was Panucci.
Yeah.
So then he'd be Panucci when he wasn't infected, and he'd be Black Panucci when he was, just because of the whole oily aspect of it. And that's the only difference between the names. And we never came up with actual names of what they were. I think zombies was probably just used loosely on set just to make it easy for everybody.
Yeah, because see, what I'm sitting here thinking is you can you do a Peelers 2 without it being in a strip club?
Oh, do you guys want to see a sequel?
Yeah. Well, it seems like Ren's really on board with it.
Because I really think though you could break out like with, they left how they left, and it's the three of them. And you could actually make a story somehow, kind of like Tremors, where you got the one character that the Tremors are always seem to be following, or they're the experts at, and they're coming to get them. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. It's funny because we never had any intention of doing a sequel. We're not really sequel filmmakers, both Lisa, myself, and the other two producers. We just want to do the thing we love, do it once, and move on and create something new. But a lot of people have been asking about this, and we've definitely set it up where we could have a sequel.
Yeah.
We didn't do that on purpose, but we did set it up. And if we did, I was thinking more along the lines of kind of like Evil Dead, where one film takes place right after the previous one. It's like bang, 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 all in the same night. So it would probably take place literally right after the last sort of events happen in the film. It's funny, you mentioned Ren wanting a sequel. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's the star of the film, and she would probably, I can't see killing her off in the first 5 minutes. It wouldn't really make sense. I mean, a lot of people like that character, and I love that character. Her character is awesome. But the other girls that were in the film, they all wanted a prequel, and the reason why they want a prequel is because they don't obviously survive. So they want a prequel, but I mean, there wouldn't be a story in the prequel. I think that's just an ongoing joke for that. But what would you do? How did this girl become pregnant? How did this girl come up with her act? I mean, it's not a horror movie at that point. So
yeah, well, that's what we talked with Ren about. It's like, well, you couldn't do a prequel because you couldn't go with them characters. Now you could do it with the miners maybe, or with the guy, the oil baron guy, like
Magnum.
Yeah, like how he come in and how he got infected or something, or I don't know. Even I brought up, well, what if you did one that was like more earlier, per se, before, like modern era, where the oil's been found beforehand.
All the origins of how the infection sort of began.
Like it's happened before, but everybody forgot. I mean, that'd be the only way you could go way ahead of time. But
yeah, I think so, and that's really stretching it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we were like. Yeah, that's kind of stretching.
Didn't you have an idea for a sequel?
Well, I would think that they'd go out into the country and try to create a family, and then next thing you know, somebody else finds the oil, and this shit happens again. I mean, that'd be your only.
So who goes out to have a family? You mean the people that sort of survive?
Yeah, the three that they survive because it's the three of them. Well, the one gets older, or whatever, and they're having their family. They've escaped from all this shit.
I see. Yeah,
but then it comes back to haunt them. Because if they didn't move that far, well, it's still there.
Is this? Are you pitching me this? Is this
Well,
what's happening here?
I'm just saying that would be my vision of like how would you do a part 2, unless like you said though, if it continued right the next day, and more people got infected, and like it's continuation with different characters or whatever.
Yeah, again, that was kind of the concept that I had when the word sequel started popping up. I mean, we put some pen to paper on a few ideas, but definitely have not followed up from that. We're so entrenched in promo now and trying to just get this film out there. But yeah, like you got a couple of angles. We can totally do a sequel if we do that. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
That could be a part 3, Johnny.
Yeah, part 3. What would it be called?
A trilogy.
Hold on. Blue Jeans Revenge, or I don't know. Who knows? Peelers, Blue Jeans, something.
Something payback, right?
No.
Yeah, Blue Jeans payback.
Blue Jeans final pitch.
Oh,
Hey,
dude!
extra innings.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude, that's so good.
Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there was a comic created after the film was finished, and it's a prequel comic.
Ah, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was created for promotional, and what we've done is we had a Canadian theatrical release, and we were putting it in comic book shops and in the theater, so you can go pick them up, and hopefully, people go, hey, what's this? And then it's a prequel that literally leads right into the film. And it kind of tells you a little bit more about some characters and how we get to the film, very loosely, just to get you interested and in the door.
Well, where can we get a copy?
Working on it. We're working on it. We're trying to figure out how to get copies to certain people. We do have the electronic copy, and we have a hard copy. I mean, everyone wants a hard copy. That's where it starts getting a bit pricey, especially
for sure.
I mean, this is a true independent film. When people say, oh, I made an indie film, and they think, oh, okay, like an indie film would be like Whiplash, where you might have, still a couple million put into it. This is not a couple $1 million film, but, it's money from our own pockets trying to make something. And every little cent counts. So when you're like, oh, we need to send this somewhere, like we really have to think about, is that wise to do that? But we want to get it to everybody as much as possible. We want everyone to enjoy it, right?
Oh, for sure.
I'll take an electronic copy.
Tim just I'll read
put you on the list for sure.
Yeah, that's cool with me. I know you're still promoting this like crazy since 4th of July release. Anything else in the works?
Well, yeah, this promotion is going to drag on even further than that. We have a Canadian VOD, which is July 11th. Then we have, we'll have to worry about our Canadian DVD and Blu-ray. We have foreign sales. It kind of goes on and on and on. But the next project for me is Sleep. I'm going to take about 2 weeks off and do nothing. Recharge I mean, like Ren said, 5 years in her mind. It was 4 years, but I mean, it feels like 10 years. It's gone on for a while, and I love every aspect of it. There's a few things that are frustrating, but you just got to keep the ball rolling, no pun intended, and just keep going. So the screenwriter and I, we've spoken. She's got a few ideas for another film. I've got a few ideas. But we're not putting anything out there quite yet. We do have a finished script, actually, but it's a family picture.
So family comedy?
It is a family comedy, yeah. Yeah, there's no horror in it whatsoever.
Well, I mean, that's kind of good, though, that you're not getting stuck in the horror genre. Because, some people can just get grouped up in there and be stuck. And
it's funny because sales agents will say, keep making horror films so that people recognize you as the horror guy, and then you can sell more. But I'm like, well, I don't want to keep doing the same thing. I want to do other things. I love horror. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not. I'm not going to say it's my favorite genre. All of them. I actually love them all. Aspects of all of them. But I don't, by any means, dislike. I've done 2 of them in a row. If I hated doing them, I wouldn't do anymore. So I'm open to do it if the idea is there. It really comes down to what's the idea. It doesn't matter what genre it is. It's like, what do I like? What do I want to make?
I agree with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with changing up what you do.
Kind of keeps it fresh too, right?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Well, we really enjoyed the movie and look forward to, especially the physical copy of the movie, because, like Johnny said, I want to see the behind the scenes of everything.
Is that going to be in Walmart and is that going to be released everywhere, or is it just?
Right now, Amazon is going to be your best bet.
Okay, good, yeah. Or Walmart.com is what I should have meant, but.
Yeah, it's not going to be on Walmart. It's going to be on Amazon. You can get it at Do you guys have Family Video?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right down the road from us.
Now, is Family Video kind of like is it a store or is it more like Redbox? I'm not familiar with Family Video.
No, it's an actual store you go into.
I think it's taken over for Blockbuster, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So just when you go in there, make sure that the DVD or Blu-ray says that has all the extra features. Because I know Redbox were going to be available on July 18th, but I think that's just the film itself. So you wouldn't get all the extras from that. But I think Amazon for sure, you can get the DVD and Blu-ray with everything. And Family Video, I don't know. So just be careful when you're buying it there.
Yeah, because the behind the scenes is where I want to see how some of that stuff was done, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to hear the commentary of y'all, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you have Blu-ray as opposed to DVD, the Blu-ray actually has more extras than the DVD. I mean, the DVD has a lot, trust me, but the Blu-ray has like an extra commentary, has an extra behind-the-scenes part 2. It just has that little bit of extra stuff, which is still like another 20, 25 minutes of stuff. Like, it's pretty wicked. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's sweet.
Well, we'll definitely... we'll continue to push this, and this episode they'll come out not this coming week. Not this week, but following week. So it should come out right before the DVD release.
Well, that's wicked, and
we really appreciate you coming on and talking to us with it, and
wish you the best of luck in the future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, you guys have been a big support of this film. You've done a lot of comments about it. I think you reviewed the film, I think, as well. Did you not? Yeah. You guys have been a big support. I really appreciate everything you guys have done. And without true horror lovers, without these podcasts, without these websites, it's really hard for us to get notice out about our film. And we really appreciate it. Like any of the filmmakers I talk to, I always say, get online, check these guys out, and when you hit like a gem like you guys, it's great, good positive vibes. So right back at you, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, we appreciate that, man, for sure.
Oh yeah, that's why we do it. We're trying to help out the indie.
Yeah, the filmmakers, because this is how people just don't know.
No.
And that's what we're trying to do, is get people to know people like you and any other creator of the indie horror genres.
I wish I could see this in theaters. Because this is definitely a lot better than some of the shit you see in theaters.
Where are you guys actually in Tennessee? Where are you at?
Yeah, we're in Manchester.
Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, well, this might be a little far for you, but we have a drive-in screening of it in Shelbyville, which is Indiana, so it's a bit far for you guys.
We got a Shelbyville, Tennessee. You said Shelbyville, I was like, that's not far. Damn.
No, yeah, that's a ways.
Maybe y'all could reach out to Full Moon Cineplex and get a screening there.
Yeah, true.
Ben Dixon, he does the Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Festival in Nashville.
Oh yeah.
And they got a Cineplex there that they screen old classic movies.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, our distributor is the one that has to take care of everything outside of the festivals.
Oh, okay.
And our distributor in the U.S. is great. He's named Uncorked. Name of the company. And he's definitely got everything out on the VOD, now coming to DVD, Blu-ray, and he arranged this one for the drive-in up in Shelbyville. So I think any theatrical that's an option, he's open to it. The only issue is if you do it too late after the DVD comes out, it kind of, I don't know how many people are going to show up to the theater, but it is a movie meant to be seen in the theater. I mean, it's good with a great crowd.
Yes.
It's pretty brutal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Seve, we appreciate you coming on, and we thank you for your support and just telling people about us, and we're definitely going to tell a lot of people about you.
And continue.
Right on. Awesome, guys. Well, you guys have a good night.
You too. Thanks, sir.
Okay, ciao.
Alright, guys. So that was Seve Schelenz. But we hope you liked that interview, and definitely check out Peelers. Some of the reviews are low on it, but who gives a shit? I think it's for the fans, and in my opinion, and it's really brutal. And just don't forget, we're on all the social media hotspots, as you could say, on the webs and the internets and stuff,
and the YouTubes and the
SoundClouds,
iTunes.
Yeah, and the Google Plays, and the Instagrams.
And the blueberries.
And the blueberries. Yeah, don't forget about the blueberries. But
Horamino.
And the Horaminos.
So, yeah. So, I believe that's all we got. We out.
Peace.